What's up guys, Dr. Houlihan here again with another barefoot shoe review for you. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Lems Mesa. So usually the shoe reviews are a pretty joyous time in my life, but not this one. This one I feel like I've been bamboozled. I'm not a fan of the Lems Mesa. First and foremost, the toe box. The toe box is tapered. What are you thinking, Lems? Why would you taper the toe box? I'm not sure why. 99% of the other shoes that Lems has produced up to this point have a nice wide toe box where you can spread your toes out, but the first thing I noticed when I put the shoe on was that I could not spread my toes in it. Not a very good toe box. Next, the flexibility. As you can see, trying to do the normal barefoot test that I usually do, the shoe is not very flexible. In fact, it's inflexible. It's less flexible than your average athletic shoe. So if that is something that is bothersome to you, then the Lems Mesa is not for you. Alright, let's talk about the price and the sizing. These retail for $130, which is not bad. I think that's pretty middle of the road as far as minimalist shoes go. However, I would not even consider this to be a minimalist shoe, but in terms of other athletic footwear, that's still not too bad. $130 is what they retail for. As far as the sizing goes, I do like the way that Lems does their sizing. Even though I don't like this shoe, the sizing is super easy. Just plain US sizes. They do have sizes too, so pretty easy to find your size. These ones I got in a size 11, which would have been my size had the toe box been wide enough. But yeah, pretty easy to find your size with Lems. The two things I will give to Lems about this shoe: one, the durability. Since the shoe is pretty stiff and rigid, the construction is used with some tougher materials than you might find on some of the other barefoot shoes. It does have mesh over the toe box and around some of the siding and the back, but it does have this, I don't even know what to call this material, but it's not mesh, and the toe box is sort of capped in the front to protect your toes. It's got really good tread on the outsole, nice and thick outsole too, so it's not going to wear down on you. I just wish the midsole wasn't so thick and rigid, but it does seem like a pretty durable shoe if you're somebody who's outside and ready to hit the trails and you like hiking in the rain and things like that. The other thing that I will give Lems about this shoe is the style. It is a really good looking shoe, which is why I was so disappointed when it turned out to not be a very functional shoe. I really like the style of it. It kind of reminds me of like the Nike Presto, the way that they have the silhouette of their shoe and even some of the designs on the side of the shoe with the mesh on top. It's got the little Lems. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it's got the Lems logo on the front. It's got the Lems logo on the side. They've even got like the speckles on the rear part of the midsole. Yeah, really good looking shoe. Sucks that it doesn't feel very good on your foot. Overall, considering that Lems is supposed to be a minimalist footwear brand, and this shoe is not a minimalist shoe, I think it may be zero drop, which is one of maybe 6 qualities that would qualify a shoe as being a minimalist shoe. Overall, since Lems kind of missed the mark on this one, I'm going to give this shoe a 5 out of 10. Now, I do want to say this about the Mesa. It's probably like 75% my fault that I ended up not liking the shoe, because Lems does have a page right on their website. I did have to look. I had not seen this previously during any of my shopping on Lems' website, but they do have a really cool tool actually that tells the specs of each of their shoes, and they talk about the stack height and the flexibility and the toe box shape and all that stuff, and it compares them all side by side. And the Mesa clearly is described on their website as not being very minimal, or not really stacking up to the rest of the shoes, so to speak. You can see sort of the ratings of these different categories that the Mesa possesses versus some of their other shoes like the Chukka boot or the Boulder boot, both of which I own and love. I have the Mariner too, I own and love that one, but for some reason, I just have no idea why they made this shoe. I want to say too, I have a bone to pick with Lems about this shoe. I don't know why it's so upsetting to me that they made a shoe like this. It's one thing for like the bigger shoe companies, Nike and Adidas, who are meant to make this conventional style footwear that's big and chunky and hurts your feet, to say, okay, we're gonna dabble in the barefoot market. But for someone in the barefoot market to go the other way and say, okay, we're gonna base our company on shoes that are good for your feet, and we're gonna dabble in shoes that are bad for your feet, it doesn't make any sense. I want to show you this page on Lems' website. This is this is in the About Us, the Our Story tab. It reads, shoes should be designed using the bare minimum. They should fit the foot's anatomy while allowing your feet to move like you're wearing nothing at all. So that being said, that does not match in the slightest what they've done with this shoe. I know Lems doesn't care about what I'm saying, and half of you guys probably don't care about what I'm saying, but if this information reaches somebody at Lems, I want them to know that I'm highly disappointed with the Mesa. I will be returning it to where I got it from. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not a minimalist shoe. For any of you looking for minimalist shoes, this is not the one. Lems did not produce a minimalist shoe. I don't know why they did this. If you're someone who doesn't really care about minimalist shoes and you just want a good looking pair of shoes, then okay, this might be a good one for you. It's a good looking shoe, I'll give them that. But it's not going to improve the function of your foot. Let's put it that way. Okay, that was my pretty disappointed review of the Lems Mesa. Not everyone is going to be a home run. Sometimes you swing and you miss. I swung and I missed this time. But I hope this information was helpful for you guys, and hopefully I'll have more reviews on the way soon.